ari kumwe n'abandi baririmbyi.
I saw her in the choir with the other.
And positions as diverse as her impact. The woman, affectionately known as Maman Burundi, Mother Burundi, has left an indelible mark on her country and the international community. In a country that has always been the subject of less than positive comment, Angeline Ndayishimiye incarnates its positive side, a side that she shares with thousands of other fellow citizens who give themselves body and soul, at the cost of their sweat and blood, for the life and progress of Burundi and its place in the concert of nations. Welcome to the unveiling of a mother, a patriot, and a role model for all those who want to add their contribution to the building of a bright future for the humanity.
And I'll do the same for you after school. I'll buy you a car and make you happy.
Supported by a family that believed in her from an early age, she enrolled in Kabimba Primary School in 1985, where there, she stood out by her discipline, determination, and consistency in her studies, auguring a radiant future for the young Angeline. Another aspect that will reveal itself since that time, and which will characterize her throughout her life, is her humanity.
I
taught her in grade 4, and she was a very calm student, passionate about her studies, peaceful and intelligent. She was very humble. She didn't make mistakes in class.
After a remarkable success in the National Secondary School Admission Examination, she was admitted to Lycée Ruyigi in 1992. Later, she got an A2 diploma in management from the Secondary School of Administrative Techniques, ESTA an acronym. As her teacher points out, she had a brain and a heart.
She followed the lessons very attentively and actively. She was so brave that I wasn't surprised to see her succeed as she's currently doing. She respected her teachers. She was irreproachable in class and replete with qualities. She also obeyed her parents.
Burundian kings were said to be born with wheat seeds, but Angelina was born with seeds of compassion, sympathy, and empathy that she nurtured and made fruitful. This triple motivation led her to prefer the hard life, the risks and sacrifices for the sake of the good of others. After the sad political events that plunged the country into mourning in 1993, she will join
an early age.
For her, every field is a field of love, an opportunity to serve others. This has ensured that whatever professional or administrative sphere she has been in, the marks she left behind are those that reflect her heart. People in need, disadvantaged and marginalized, especially women, children, and other interest groups, have always been among her priorities. From diverse humanitarian aid to social initiatives aimed at access to education and healthcare, without forgetting the empowerment of young people and women, she is always sharing her compassion to these people who do not anyone to assist them.
She always had a lot of love and compassion for others.
It is with this in mind that her foundation, Bon Action Umugerenez, has opened a polyclinic in the center of the country to provide affordable health care to the population that is in dire need.
This year, under the category of those who have distinguished themselves in community development, the commission responsible for this task made an assessment to choose those who have contributed most to the well-being of the population. And the person who deserved this place is Mother Burundi, Her Excellency Angeline Ndayishimiye, the First Lady of the Republic. Don't think it's because she's my wife. Certainly not. Her achievements are obvious, and even the international community has come to recognize this.
This polyclinic also inaugurated in 2023 an in vitro fertility center to offer infertile couples the chance and possibility to exercise their reproductive rights, a first in this field in Burundi where couples had to go abroad for such treatment.
She loves everyone, the elderly, children, and young people, as evidenced by her all-inclusive humanitarian initiatives in the field of health and others.
Before, in 2017, she opened a center for the treatment of obstetric fistulas at Gitega Regional Hospital in the center of the country. A timely initiative for this disease, known also as the backyard disease, with multiple negative implications for women suffering from it, such a social stigmatization.
I arrived here 2 weeks ago following a birth that didn't go well. I was referred here to be examined. The test confirmed that I had obstetric fistula. I was well and freely treated, and now I have fully recovered, ready to go home. With this disease, it was hard in society. Sometimes I couldn't even go to church. I had to stay home. I'm very grateful for the free food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Gitega, being away from home, it would have been difficult to get food. I'd like to thank the First Lady who made my treatment possible. I'm now cured. I'd like to ask her that this center continues to exist. May she continue to love others as she did us as the number of patients continue to increase.
Concerned about the well-being of her fellow citizens, the same foundation opened a medical and psychological counseling and care center in the north of the country in Nagazi, a breath of fresh air for the country, which has enormous needs in the mental health sector.
She has also assisted many of her fellow citizens suffering from blindness by helping them to be treated free of charge. And now they are completely cured. There was, for example, a person who had been blind for 6 years. He underwent a surgery, and now he is completely cured. She saved the lives of 3 children suffering from heart complications by having them treated in European and Asian hospitals. Besides helping them to be freely treated, she also took care of their travel expenses. And let's not forget her involvement in the treatment of the child who was born with 2 heads. She helped him until he was cured, and he is now doing very well.
Angeline did not wait for the presidential palace to mark the difference. She has always acted and reacted, regardless of her position or environment, to the point of confusing her achievements before and after as First Lady. It was before her position as First Lady, precisely in 2019, that she, for example, created the Ubagerenes Foundation to give a smile and hope to the neglected and the disadvantaged.
That's why I started by creating a mobile ophthalmology clinic to help people in the countryside who didn't have the means to get treatments, and eventually created the Umugiraneza Good Action Foundation.
Earlier in 2017, she founded the Inwardi Women Association, an entity bringing together women veterans and wives of ex-combatants for peace and democracy, following the crisis the country has experienced since 1993. In addition to providing mutual support for its members, the association is also involved in various charitable initiatives in the provinces where it is already established. These initiatives include entrepreneurship, innovation, and sustainable development in Burundi.
Frankly speaking, I deeply believe a lot of people now realize that we have got a mother. I lived with her through some very difficult times in life, but she was a person who never lost hope. She was a person whose desire and passion were always focused on the success and well-being of others. She was close to everyone. When she was with someone, she made them feel equal to her without any sense of superiority.
On June 18, 2020, His Excellency, Mayor General Evarista Ndayishimiye, the husband of Miss Angeline Ndayishimiye, sworn in for a 7-year presidential term. It is at this very historic juncture that Miss Angeline Ndayishimiye became Maman Burundi, the genesis of an experience replete with impact and legacy. Instead of being content with the elegancy of the presidential palace, she rolled up her sleeves to do what she's done best, serving.
Was with someone, she made them feel equal to her without any sense of superiority.
With the establishment of the Office of the First Lady for Development in Burundi, OPDD Burundi, the ground became enlarged, the horizons broadened and illuminated, and the boundaries stretched for her. Through this office, and in recognition of her social and humanitarian commitments, the First Lady was appointed patron of the National School Food Program, a government program that provides healthy foods to hundreds of thousands of students. as nutrition issues do not only affect the school sector. The First Lady is leading this fight on other fronts for the good of the country. One example is her active participation in the Malnutrition Zero campaign, launched in October 2020.
I had a heart and a call to help the vulnerable of various kinds, especially visiting children in orphanages, helping the elderly in difficulty, assisting young people with problems. That's why I started by creating a mobile ophthalmology clinic to help people in the countryside who didn't have the means to get treatment, and eventually created the Umugiraneza Good Action Foundation.
From health, material and child health, mental health, and the promotion of equity to a multitude of charitable and philanthropic works, among others, it would be impossible to speak exhaustively of all the First Lady Angeline Ndashimie's achievements towards her fellow citizens, for they are as numerous as the needs they address. What can be said, however, is that they constitute a legacy that will mark several generations through their contribution to the history, development, and achievement of Burundian society. Burundi has several ambassadors who represent the colors of its pretty tricolor flag and its interests throughout the world. But it would not be unfair to describe the First Lady as an ambassador par excellence. The other ambassadors represent the country in one or two countries, but she carries its flag almost everywhere in the world. At the African level, Her Excellency Angeline Ndashimie enjoys the esteem and confidence worthy of her involvement in the continent's causes, as evidenced by her election as president of the African First Lady's Mission of Peace, MIPREDA in acronym, in 2023. Prior to this responsibility, she was elected as a member of the steering committee of the Office of African First Ladies for Development. At the international level, she could mention the prestigious United Nations Population Award.
At the United Nations, she has been chosen for the 2023 United Nations Population Award. The award will be presented to her on July 12, 2023. So you understand that even the international community appreciates her work to the point of rewarding her. As Burundians, it would be ungrateful not to congratulate her.
Given to her for her countless achievements